Hi folks, welcome to another edition of Book Mail here on CM42 TV. We are back. It's nice to have you back, sister.
I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while, I know. It's been 2 months or so since we've done the last Book Mail video, so apologies for that for those Book Mail fans. We know you've been sitting waiting for this one, but this is the September 2021 edition. I have 6 new books to show. Rachel has lots, but she's decided only to show a few today.
Oh my god. Like, you'd think 2 months isn't that long. Oh my god. Chris was like, go get the new one since last time, and I was like...
Yeah, like as a book collector or as like a DVD collector, Blu-ray collector, that sort of thing, 6 isn't that many in 2 months, you know what I mean? But like, considering the fact we're trying to... Books are different than watching movies and stuff because you need to like take time to read them all. I'm a slow reader.
So am I though.
Yeah,
I'm not a fast reader by any means.
Any ones that we're showing today are just ones that I don't really have much to say about mine. I think there's only really one that Rachel's like got loads and loads of opinions on, and a cool thing as well, but there's a couple ones that she's going to show you, and that's fine. That's all we're here for. This is not a book review series. It's just to show the additions to our collections. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll start the CM42 TV book journal channel coming in 2026.
Maybe I should start the RM42 book journal and you can be a featured guest on my channel.
I'm in.
I got a new book today, so this is fitting.
The Royal Mail just knew we were doing book mail today and thought I had to come today.
Yes. So, After by Anna Todd. Not a new book at all, but I wanted this cover. Because, not necessarily this cover, because like cover that bit, but it says, it has the wee tagline about that's bloody, but One Direction, and it says like Imaginator 1D, it's got the Wattpad stuff on it.
Yeah, explain what it is, because why does it say One Direction? It's the...
Oh,
sorry.
No, so this was originally a fan fiction on Wattpad, which is a place for fan fiction, and not just fan fiction, but mainly. And it was a Harry Styles fan fiction, and it was one of the first I read, and it was like pure known, and then it got published, and then it turned into a film, and now everybody talks about it, but they talk about the film. But like, I've not seen the film.
What's the film called?
After.
It's just called After?
Yeah. I'm just too attached to it, because so obviously when they published it, they couldn't call him Harry Styles and whatnot, so the character's called Hardin Scott and all that, and so they've pure changed it. So I'm a bit attached to the Harry and like the One Direction version back in the days, so I wanted the Wattpad version, but I don't even know if I'll read it. But I
like the colours of blue, you know.
Yes, not too keen on the front cover, but I like all this bit down here.
Yeah.
I like the colours of it though, it's cool. It feels like a Wattpad like published book, so that's fun.
Very nice. Well, some of you may know this, that it was my birthday last month, and the majority, 4 out of the 6 books I'm going to show you here, are birthday gifts. But these 2 wrestling books were from my good close personal friends. This one is To Be the Man. This is Ric Flair's autobiography. I read this when I was younger, but it's nice to have this copy of it. It's in much better condition than I would expect for an older book. There is some controversy from this book that I remember knowing about at the time, but didn't really take note of it because I was too young. But this will be really interesting. Ric Flair's got a ridiculous story, so this will be very interesting to read in its entirety. And while I'm talking about wrestling books, I might as well show this one. I'd never heard of this one before. This is I'm Sorry I Love You, A History of Professional Wrestling by Jim Smallman. Never heard of it before. I've heard of like the Brian Alvarez books and stuff, but never heard of this one. It's a big hardback, really bold cover as well. That's really going to stand out. So I am really good with wrestling history, wrestling trivia, things like that.
True.
So it will be interesting. I'm sure there's stuff in here that I've never known before, so that's always going to be good. It's good to kind of test your knowledge and your memory and stuff. And I was thinking about that earlier as well, actually, like why I'm so good with trivia and stuff is because I always go back and watch old stuff, whereas I don't ever go back and read old stuff. So this may be quite good to show stuff that I've forgotten and stuff back into my mind.
You're officially a reader now as well as a watcher,
right.
So
right, so there you go. That's the 2 wrestling pickups of this edition.
So Christopher, this is him, went to Edinburgh. Was it Edinburgh you were?
Yes, I was in Edinburgh, the capital.
Of Scotland, by the way.
Yes, that's where we live.
Capital.
Ignore the Man City top.
I can ignore that and the California.
Yes, we are watching Scotland play football on the television right now. Scotland are playing tonight. That's our home country. But we're but not. We don't care because we're doing book mail. Carry on.
Okay. Anyway, so Chris is a lovely brother and always buys presents and stuff whenever he goes anywhere. He once bought me Catch 22 from Heathrow
London,
Airport.
yeah.
Was it Heathrow Airport?
I can't remember.
I think it was Heathrow Airport. So this time he wanted to find something and he found the Falcon Winter Soldier. Well, it's actually just called Falcon Winter Soldier, not the Falcon the Winter Soldier.
The copyright Disney Plus.
Cut Off One Head comic book. I think this is volume 1. Well, obviously it's volume 1, but I think that's officially the title. And I hadn't really seen this before, to be honest, but we're a bit obsessed with Marvel in this family these days. Not these days, but like a lot
Aye.
more these days. Sam and Bucky, two of my favourite characters anyway, so why not? So I've read this now, but I read it Monday actually. It's like a comic book. And also, wait, where is it? I have to show you. This is Bucky's pet cat. Can you even see that? Is it bloody?
No,
it's called Alpine. So yeah, I think there's more volumes that's coming out, but they're not out yet.
Cool. Well, Rachel, as the great sister that she is, she saw this new, I don't know, it's relatively new, you said it opened a year ago. There is a bookshop in a town where we live in Scotland called Stirling, and there's a bookshop called the Book Nook, and Rachel went there with a friend,
also
ironically called Rachel as well, Rachel's friend Rachel. And something that you can do in this bookshop is that you can get a mystery book. Now sometimes I think when I go to Waterstones or something like that, there's almost too much to choose from. I don't know where to start, especially because I'm not like really clued up on lots of different authors and genres and things like that. So sometimes it's hard to kind of find somewhere to start when you're browsing loads and loads of books. So the idea of a mystery book where you just kind of read a short synopsis and you're just like, right, okay, I like the sound of that. The decision's made for me. You know what I mean? I don't need to try and find one in that genre. That is the one that's there. You know what I mean? You can't have a say in it. I thought that's, and then even, I mean, obviously I've got quite a lot of movies and stuff, but if that was the case with movies, I think that's a cool idea too.
That'd be really cool.
You don't know what movie you're going to get or whatever.
It could make you watch more rather than just the same thing.
Yeah, so we both got a mystery book. My one is called To Live With What You Are, and this is by Charlie Gracie, who is from Baillieston in Glasgow, which is very local to us. A novel, it says I have to specify. And yes, I really like it. I've not read it yet. I like the look of it, I like the sound of it.
I like the cover.
You get like a wee synopsis, and from what I read from the brief, I was like, that sounds like something I'm going to like. There you go. There's the one that I got from the Book Nook, To Live With What You Are.
So my mystery book, I did it as well, and mine is significantly larger, which I'm not very... Well, I'm fine with it, but, you know, that's still going to take longer.
Doesn't matter.
But this is called The Little Stranger by Sarah Waters, and it was apparently the Man Booker Prize 2009. I actually have my wee card that was there like in the shop that was attached to it.
Yes.
So it came all wrapped up in like tissue paper with a wee sticker on it. And
yeah, and it has this wee sort of description.
It has this wee like card thing.
That's cool.
So mine was, set in post-war Britain, a doctor is called to assist a patient in a once great estate. The family who live there are plagued by a haunting presence. And I went with that one because I don't have books in that kind of like genre or like type of books like that. Even though I watch, like I like true crime. Chris is watching the football because I watch a lot of like true crime stuff and like haunted stuff on YouTube and stuff, so
yeah,
I thought it would be interesting. And it actually came with wee cards, and they all come with poems in them as well, which is really
lovely
cute, like
touch. Lovely touch.
Poems.
So Rachel mentioned that I was in Edinburgh, and we went to Waterstones when we were in Edinburgh, and we talk about this all the time when we go to like shops and stuff. Sometimes we don't like the staff talking to you, but sometimes it can be nice, right? This staff member in Waterstones was very, very like adamant that every single book that I was picking up in the new releases section, I picked up like 4, and he had something to say about all 4. You have to get this one. This one's brilliant.
Probably a good thing. He knows his books.
Knows the industry, knows the new ones, knows what's good. So I picked up this one. I was just holding it in my hands. This is Leave the World Behind by Ruman Alam.
Does that sticker come off?
Yes. I quite like that it says it though.
Yeah, that's covering the title.
Waterstone's exclusive cover. So there's a power outage, and these two young people, this young couple, kind of going to this home seeking shelter that was like an Airbnb. And because of all this power outage and bad weather and stuff, an old couple show up at the door, an elderly couple I should say, claiming to own the house. And you don't know who's telling the truth or who's lying and if they're dodgy or whatever, so it may be quite interesting. That's kind of what the guy was saying, like...
Sounds quite scary.
It's quite gripping, you know.
Not scary, but like...
You don't know what's happening and stuff like that, so... maybe a good thriller to read sometime soon, so I'm looking forward to that. Leave the World Behind is definitely on my list of 2021 to reads.
It's also not that big either,
yeah.
which is good.
How many pages are we talking here?
Probably about 300-ish.
241.
240.
This is very good, very good.
So, also from the place that we got the mystery books, they have like, I presume these are second-hand copies because they're not in the best condition, but I'm not actually 100% sure. I got Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, and then The Little Prince, and this is by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry.
Nice.
I pretend I didn't study French. So I
like
really
the cover of The Little
the thing
Prince.
I like the best about these is the back of them. They have a quote from, and like a wee symbol from the book. So this is the closing lines of Gatsby. I know because I've read Gatsby before. I studied it in school and I love the film and stuff. And then The Little Prince has a fox on it, and it has actually I think I know this quote, but I don't know where it's from. So I got them two, and then also this was from Waterstones, but you can actually get it in that other shop, and I wish I'd gone it in the other shop. But it's Edgar Allan Poe. It's like, I think it's like short stories basically. Yeah, it says The Telltale Heart and Other Tales. It's all illustrated, and obviously it's what's that word called? Iridescent inside of it too. So I really love this book. I'm really quite attached to it, even though I haven't read it.
Nice. Well, earlier on I mentioned that it was my birthday and my sister got me 2 books as birthday gifts. I was very grateful. The first one is In 5 Years by Rebecca Serrell. This has been on my to-read list on the Goodreads app for a while. Just when I first got that app and Rachel kind of like showed me and stuff and set me up with this app, I was like looking through like different ones that were like recommended for like genres that I like or whatever, and this one really jumped off the page for me, no pun intended. And it's about a woman that has
on a page, on a phone.
really jumped off the screen, no pun intended. It's about a female that has a dream about a different guy than who she's with. 5 years later, she's not with this guy anymore, and she meets the person from her dream in real life, and it freaks her out.
Is that what it's about?
It's one. I mean, there's a couple of things that happen to her 5 years later, but that's what like the main thing.
I didn't know that was.
That's the guy from my dream.
I just
thought
love
that
the cover.
was really cool. Yes, it's obviously set in New York as well, which is very, very nice. I am buzzing to get to this one as well. So that's In 5 Years, and the other one, which was just randomly also on my to-read list, I took a picture of the cover like one of the times I was in Waterstones because I really fancied it, and it is The Island by C.L. Taylor. 7 days, 6 teenagers, one deadly secret. Who will escape?
I think it's YA actually as well, and
Yeah.
you don't have any YA in your.
Well, I'm Harry Potter, but I
Well,
guess that can
that's
be
not really YA though.
children's books and something.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the perfect holiday, a week-long trip for 6 teenage friends on a remote tropical island, but when their guide dies of a stroke, leaving them stranded, the trip of a lifetime turns into a nightmare because someone on the island knows of each of the group's worst fears, and one by one they're becoming a reality.
That's terrifying.
So that's going to be another kind of thrilling, kind of scary one too. That's going to be good to read around Halloween time, I think, in kind of November, those kind of autumnal months. Yeah, buzzing to get to
I
that.
don't actually know if that is a YA book. But
Don't know.
Okay, so finally,
Yeah, everybody sit down.
my favourite ever. We have Anyway the Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. And so I like this cover, I do like it because I love Simon and Baz. And
Baz.
Obviously I've got that sticker, I've seen to you, I've got that, but the reason I'm keeping my sticker on it is because the dust jacket obviously comes off of this one.
Yes.
Which is like a paperback. I do like the cover, however the underneath of the dust jacket is my favourite thing in the world. But look at this pages.
Very
The
nice.
sprayed pages. So they're the same print as, is that even, yeah, as Baz's shirt, which is beautiful. And then it's a big book, but
Oh man, that's so pretty, isn't it?
so you take the dust jacket, I just threw that. It's all that print, like, oh, it's just so pretty. I don't know why they didn't spray the top and bottom though, but like that's okay. But I'm obsessed. And then we have a drawing at the front, an illustration, and then we have the back. Oh, the characters, look at them, I love them.
It's a crayon painting.
And also, this is signed by Rainbow Rowell. And Rainbow Rowell technically is my favourite author. She was the one that like got me into reading. The reason I'm doing an English degree at uni and all that. So I've literally read all of her books. Like, there's not one I haven't read.
That's cool.
This is the third in the Sand and Snow series / trilogy. And me and my friend Rachel had an actual countdown.
Shout out to Rachel.
I had an actual countdown for the book before this, never mind this one. And I used to, every time me and Chris were out a walk, I was like, 75 days to the wind
I
blows,
genuinely remember that.
65 days to the wind blows, like all the time.
Back in February when Glasgow had that really, really bad snowstorm, I remember we were out a walk in the snow and I was like, I want to watch Moana. And Rachel was like, that's a summer movie, you can't watch Moana in the snow. By the way, there's only 270 days to Anyway the Wind Blows. Like, I do remember that.
So it's finally here, and I've got, like, it came in July and I've read it in about 2 days, and this is the biggest book I've ever read officially.
Well, the hype was real. The hype was real.
Our wee cousin was in when I got it as well, and I was crying.
That's right.
And he was like, what are you doing? And I was
why
like,
are you crying?
But yeah, I'm glad. I like what happens in it and stuff. I'm
Yes,
just not
you
glad
weren't
it's over.
disappointed, yeah.
But yes, we love them all very much.
Alright, well, we love each and every single one of you for tuning in to this edition of Book Mail. We hope you enjoyed. Please let us know any book recommendations that you have and let us know what you've been reading. Until next time, take care of yourselves, everybody. Have a very good September, and hopefully we'll see you in October for another edition of Book Mail right here on CM42 TV.